Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this episode 32 of the Diversey BW Hotelier GM Show, Season 2. Today is Friday, the 15th of December, and I am now in UP East. The show is again a very interesting topic: luxury hospitality renaissance in UP East, unlocking the potential. I have some brilliant general managers again on the show today. And this is, of course, one of the most happening hotspots of the country. The Prime Minister's constituency is also there. The seat of power of India's most populous state, Uttar Pradesh, is there in Lucknow. And a lot of action. Ayodhya being next door, which will see a lot of light. Now, before I proceed any further, let me bring in my partner to the show, Diversey. Before I proceed any further, some routine briefs. You're all aware this show is held every Thursday and Friday. We're already into 32 episodes, and it's 4 to 5 p.m. I'm sure you're all watching live. The ones who've been unable to watch live, do not stress. The recordings are there on bwhotelier.com and across our social media platforms. Be there, watch the shows, absorb what is said, and carry the message across, and encourage all general managers and all these stars who lead very expensive assets and important positions. Before I proceed any further, support us, follow our social media, and encourage us. That'll be a lot. Let me now get rolling with the show today. The topic, like I said, is luxury hospitality renaissance in UP East, unlocking the potential. Joining me today, my first star speaker is Vinod Pandey. He's the cluster general manager of the Taj Mahal, Lucknow. Welcome to the show, Vinod.
Thank you for inviting on this show. Truly honored and such a privilege to be on part of this show today.
Thank you. Good evening, Vinod. It's a pleasure to have you on the show.
Thank you.
Next in is my dear friend, again from Lucknow, Vishal Singh. He's in the Prime Minister's constituency. He's the general manager of the Taj Ganges, Varanasi, and the Taj Nadesar Palace. For those of you who've not seen the property, both these properties are stunners, as is Vinod's. Welcome to the show, Vishal.
Good evening, Bhuvanesh. Thank you very much for inviting me over. And a big thank you for inviting us over and allowing us a chance to showcase our properties and being a part of your show.
The pleasure is ours. And, I would encourage everybody to go and see these gems. UP East has some fantastic properties. Taj Lucknow, where I've stayed for long, and the Taj Ganges in Varanasi, or the Nadesar Palace. Fantastic properties. Welcome to the show, Rahul. Rahul Nama is the general manager of the Novotel, Lucknow, Gomti, Nagar. Welcome to the show, Rahul.
Good evening, Bhuvanesh. And first of all, thank you. It's a privilege to be part of today's show and, giving the opportunity to share my views and showcase my property. It will be a great pleasure to share my views. Thank you.
It's our second show together. Last time we hooked up, you were launching the property in Shri Perambur in Tamil Nadu.
Yes.
All right. Welcome again. Next in is Yogeshwar Bhatt. He's the general manager of the Hilton Garden Inn in Lucknow. Welcome to the show, Yogesh.
Good evening, Bhuvanesh. So glad to be part of this platform. Thank you for inviting and showcasing us on this platform. I'm so happy and glad to be here, sir.
I'm delighted to have you over on the show. Thank you so much. Last but not the least is Mukunda Chowdhury. He's the multi-property general manager of the Ramada Plaza by Wyndham, Ramada by Wyndham, Lucknow Hotel and Convention Center. Welcome to the show, Mukund.
Good evening, Bhuvanesh. Good evening, everyone. Thank you very much for giving this opportunity. I'm very glad to be on this panel. Thank you very much once more, and thanks to Diversey for sponsoring the show. And I'll be very happy to showcase my property, showcase my city, Lucknow or the East. Thank you.
Thank you all. Please keep your cameras on. Let us now get rolling with the show, and I shall brief a little bit on what we're going to discuss upon. Now, in this episode, we shall embark on a journey through the evolving landscape of luxury hospitality in UP East, specifically focusing on the vibrant cities of Lucknow, Varanasi, and Ayodhya. Over the past decade, Uttar Pradesh has witnessed remarkable progress. We're all privy to that. And the spotlight is now on the eastern part of the state as it emerges as a hub of luxury experiences. In this episode, we shall also explore the unique characteristics that make UP East an enticing destination for luxury hotels, and we'll delve into the challenges and opportunities that general managers face in establishing and managing luxury properties in this dynamic region. Look, the spotlight is now on UP East. We know all the action that is happening. Come January, the world will be watching you all, right? With the Ram Temple's inauguration due, we've seen what has happened in Varanasi. That was only a trailer of what is to come. And of course, the buoyancy in the UP economy augurs so well for the industry and for everybody. So we may as well be prepared because the action is only, like they say, just going to begin. So Vinodji, if I may roll in with the first question and really get on with the show. You know, Lucknow carries a lot of legacy with it, a lot of history with it. And coming with that is the culinary experience. You know, if one was to talk about celebrating the culinary excellence unique to each city and its impact on guest satisfaction. I've been your guest. I have been privileged to savor all that you serve, but let's really talk about it in some detail from the man himself.
Thank you, Bhuvanesh. And I think your first question itself, starting with the food, is very relevant to Lucknow. It's a land of Awadh. And I'm truly delighted that I'm at the helm of a hotel, which is known for its cuisine. And so is the city. But before I talk about the cuisine in Lucknow and Awadhi cuisine, because it's also, we're talking about East UP. So there are cuisines which is from the eastern part of UP as well. But to begin with, it's been 2 years, I moved in from Delhi. So from Mughlai cuisine to Awadhi cuisine. And my first stop as soon as I entered into the city was to read a board called Muskuraiye Aap Lucknow Mein. And I stopped and smiled. And I said, but why is it written? And, so after taking over the hotel, so one of the reasons I realized there are many reasons to smile in Lucknow, but one of the reasons to smile in Lucknow as soon as you enter, you know that you have entered into the city where you have the best food, a very delicate cuisine. A cuisine goes back in history, which is so passionately done till today. So the cuisine from Awadh is available at the streets, which are running into third, fourth generations and very popular. We all know Lucknow has given to the culinary world some dishes which are just known by its name. To name a few, Balati kebab, kakori kebab, nali nihari, and the kind of biryani done in Lucknow is very different what's there in Mughlai cuisine. So they use the word nazakat, the delicacy, the flavors. and the spices which I used. It was all used by Nawabs, by the Khansamas in the kitchen, and that has evolved over the period of time. I was also reading about the Nawabs, and interestingly, the last Nawab who actually moved from Lucknow to Calcutta, I've been also with the Taj Bengal Calcutta, so I kind of relate now the cuisine, how it traveled from Lucknow to Calcutta. We take proud. I come from the very sound background of the food and beverage myself, and at the hotel we have we have a specialty outlet called Audhyana, which is a restaurant where we serve a fine dine Avdi cuisine. It's tranquil, the beautiful decor with the live gazelles, and our menu is done by the Khansamas initially to come and cook with our chefs so that we maintain that flavors and we present that to our guests. So it's a very popular restaurant. Uh, Taking the cuisine further of Lucknow and looking at what we can do better and more. So I also attempted to break the myth of the Mughlai cuisine, or here is the Avdi cuisine, to pair with the wines. I also, in my stint, had an opportunity to head the hotel as a general manager in Nasik. So that's the wine capital. So I fetched the wines from there, got it to Lucknow. And today, very proudly, in India, we do the wines and wine capital also using some of the grapes, which was very difficult to grow initially, like Sangiovese or the Pinot Noir. So we have paired the menu. I call it a Dawate Khas. And the menu is basically with Avdi cuisine, four-course meal, which is available for lunch and dinner every day. We have also improvised our banquet offerings, because every banqueting what we do, and we are also very strong with the banqueting and the social occasions where we get the complete array of the cuisine representing the Avdi, culinary. Talking about the East UP, because that's the place is my birthplace and it's coming back home. So we call it the Sattvic cuisine. So it's a cuisine which is more staple diet, very easy to make. And Vishal is on the show, and we are not too far from each other, but very different. So Avdi cuisine in Lucknow, and we call it temple cuisine or the Sattvic cuisine. I think Taj Banaras also does a great thalis, which are very popular. So things like nimona, which is very popular, tehri is very popular. So those are for. So I think as such, Lucknow justifies both non-vegetarian and vegetarian to delight them with the culinary offerings. And taking ahead also the our guests who visit here in Lucknow, they always have this opportunity to go on the streets. We call it ganjing. So you explore Aminabad and the Chowk area for the local food, and then of course a fine dine restaurant like us at Odhyana or at Clarksabad, the Falak Numa or Azrak at Labour Hotel. These are the specialty outlets serving the fine cuisine of Abad. Thank you.
Well said, Vinod. Lucknow is not just a draw for the hotel to come and stay in, for the food that you people serve. They said, for a man at least, the way to his heart is through his stomach, right? So, and I'm a vegetarian. I mean, it may seem odd that a Khanna is a vegetarian. I am. So, I have had some brilliant vegetarian food, even though Tunde was next door, or the sweets that are served in Lucknow. They have very few parallels. We shall come to Varanasi. We shall talk about it. Varanasi has a completely different set of offerings, and vegetarians, of course, will be spoiled for choice there. But yeah, thank you so much for detailing this out. Let me know, now that we're talking about Varanasi, let me just walk across to you, Vishal. Vishal, I'm sure that people have Varanasi on their bucket list. For those of the ones who have not been to Varanasi, if you have a bucket list, please bring Varanasi right to the top, not just for the Kashi Vishwanath or the food over there or the ghats over there, your hotel is a stunner. And I would like you to talk a bit about both this hotel and the one at Nadesar, but also talk about people skills and challenges. Highlight the importance of people skills for general managers and address some of the key HR challenges for the industry. Over to you.
Thank you, Bhuvanesh. So starting, like you rightfully said, this is, Varanasi has seen a boom. It has seen the numbers going up. Last year, we've all read about it. It beat the number of arrivals of Goa. And, it's a stupendous task, because Varanasi, I came to Varanasi almost 30 years back as from my college as a part of a cultural group. And I was not too keen to ever come back again. I was happier spending my time in Lucknow than to come to Varanasi. I studied in Lucknow. And, it was a great change to come into Varanasi, to walking in, getting off the airplane, seeing the aero bridge, seeing the swanky airport. And it was like, oh, you're transformed. And getting onto the flyovers, reaching the hotel within 25 minutes. On the ring road, 25 minutes you were there. And, you remember the time when it was taking almost an hour and a half to reach. So now here you are. And this hotel is, located in a beautiful location. It is right at the cantonment area. And as I say, if you're looking into the city, as you go to the left, you have the marvelous old city, the 3,500-year-old living city. And on your right is the cantonment, the newer part. And quite well organized. And the hotel itself is situated on Nadesar grounds. And now this is a unique one because we are situated in almost 42 acres. Varanasi is very famous for its chaotic traffic, bumper to bumper traffic, horns blaring, sirens going on. And once you enter this place, you are in one of the most peaceful places you'll ever see. So this used to be this was the second oldest hotel of Varanasi. The first one used to be the Clarks, and then was the Taj Ganges. Yes, we have refurbished it when we renovated it in 2016, 2017, and we made it into a Taj Hotel in 2019. Hotel is, again, we are adding another 100 rooms to it, which is an absolute greenfield project. So we can just look at the expanse of the expansion which is going to happen for the city of Varanasi itself. There is a demand for rooms. We are not being able to cope up with it. We are not able to keep up with it. And that is the reason why we see the rates are also going up. And I think Varanasi is here to stay. As far as our hotel goes, there is a hidden gem within the Taj portfolio, which is the Nadesar Palace. I mean, it's the most quaint 14-room all-suite hotel. And what history it has. It has almost 200 years of history. And it is nestled in almost 30-odd acres. It has got orchards. It has got, mangoes. And it has the famous, the Langada mango, which started all the production from Nadesar ground itself. And it's a beautiful spot. It has got history traveling in it. The first mint was established in Varanasi before it traveled to Kolkata.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So that is what it was. And in fact, in Nadesar Palace, we have a carriage, a horse-drawn carriage, dated back to almost 155 years, which is still surviving, which is there, which is amazing because it is kept pristine and it's still a horse-drawn carriage. It's not powered. So it's a lot of history there. We have the first bulb factory. The remnants of that is still there on the palace ground itself. And the first laundry, the powered laundry, is there on the palace grounds. So it's amazing. I think, a beautiful place. And it's nestled. It has got peacocks. It's a place where you will come and you will not feel as if you're in Varanasi. And, you will only hear birds twittering. It has got, I have counted about 72 species of birds there, apart from about 20-25 peacock and peahens which are roaming around. it is something which, as you rightfully said, not to be missed out on the bucket list. As far as HR goes, I think we have to have a very creative, inclusive workplace is what we need to do. We're dealing with people both sides, in front and at the back, and the young people need to be. We are in a very strange mix right now, as far as hospitality goes. We have youngsters, coming into the industry who actually did not have too much of practical experience because of the COVID or lockdown. Now we have to somehow try to get them back into the industry, and they have options, and today they have lots and lots of options. And as industry, I think it is important for us to get them in, because that is where the future is going to be. The challenges are plenty in a tier 2 and 3 cities. Everybody has aspirations, and aspirationally people would like to go out. They would prefer to go to tier 1 cities, and and I think it will be for all of us, how to engage with all our colleagues and try to get them in. And I think these are some of the challenges which definitely we will be facing, and we can easily overcome them. And this is how we actually are doing it. Also, we engage with them a lot, and simultaneously we also look at diversifying and using being inclusive, and looking at giving more opportunities to people to come in and trying to develop them, and of course collaborating with the colleges. I think that is very, very, very important, especially the kind of colleges which we are seeing in Eastern UP. Helping them out, telling them exactly what the industry would need, so that we can have the people ready for the industry itself. And going back, what I would say is also just looking at work hours. I think it is important for all of us to look at it, and the industrial trainees, the interns who are coming in, it is very important for us to handhold them, and not to use them only as not to use them just as labor force.
True.
I think that will actually help us a lot.
Thank you so much, Vishal. That helps. Yes. We guys are in more ways than one the guardians of the workforce that is there with us. We are the parent, we are the bosses, we are the superiors, we are the managers once removed. And I think we have to handhold and gradually walk them along the paces. Not only that, we should do for them what we would have expected our seniors to do for them. Right? So it's with us. Thank you so much. Rahul, if I may come to you, you've come back to your home ground. You belong to Lucknow. So happy homecoming in more ways than one. And tell me about, you've been in various locations. Tell me about challenges in general management. If you can analyze specific challenges faced by general managers in UP East, and some of the strategies that you would employ to overcome these challenges.
Thank you, Bhuvanesh, for this question. And it's very, very important question for any of the general managers. It always begins at home, the challenges and, how you manage the business. So for me, moving from Chennai was, it's a complete transformation from moving from a southern region and a corporate hub to moving to a city center boutique property, Novotel, here in Gomti, Nagar. And Novotel is an excellent product, which I would say. Taking the cue from what Vishal said earlier, I would like to start with the challenges faced by the general managers. I can say it, as a representation for some of the general managers with whom I've been in touch and spoke, in Lucknow and Varanasi and other parts of UP. So I think the first thing is about the having the right team and the right people, because hospitality industry is all about having the right mix of people with the right experience, so that we can deliver on the guest expectations. So really, it's very important to have the right mix of team which come from diverse backgrounds, and that's where, if I would say, the length of the chain, the Accor hotels, over 60 hotels in India, it really helps us to bring in people from diverse background. And then, especially for challenges for us is that to bring these people from different locations, metro cities or resorts, and come back to Lucknow. So basically, we target that we bring in people back, if they have any kind of connect with Lucknow and in UP, which was also the draw for me, because coming after 25 years in hospitality industry, I came back to my home. So Lucknow is totally changed now. So that is the realization many of my team members are having, whether it is at the management level or the associate level. So everybody wants to connect to their roots, and that's where the length of the chain really helps for people to fulfill their
What are the
aspiration.
challenges operationally, if I was to ask?
Yeah, from other operational challenges, I can really say is majorly towards repair and maintenance. I would say, because we would have to it's obviously being in a tier two cities, you will not have lot of heavy equipment and infrastructure is there in any of a luxury hotel. So to maintain it and to keep it spick and span, you need the technicians and the good service base. So that's where the approach that we adopt is to have AMCs for majority of your equipments and back of the house infrastructure, so that you don't get stuck with on call basis. So it really helps over there. The other aspect is, of course, the procurement part, wherein a hotel, not just from a culinary perspective, but a lot of other requirements are required in a hotel. So you would have to establish good procurement options, from NCR, from Delhi, which is the closest, and from different regions of India. You have to maintain a vendor database, and you have to have a long lead time and good logistics arrangement. Fortunately, we at Novotel are able to manage through our owners' logistic network that they are having from Kolkata. So primarily, and then from a guest experience point of view, what is very interesting is that we have to really profile the guests who are coming here. As I mentioned about Chennai, which is a heavy corporate base in terms of guests, and they are well traveled. In Lucknow, we find a more diverse mix of guests coming from different segments. Especially, you find a lot of guests, coming for leisure, as well as coming directly instead of corporates. They are coming as a family. So that's where you need to profile guests so that you can curate the experience for each of these guests, and deliver to their expectations. So it's very important to understand your guests and profile them. Uh, Similarly, I think one of the things is about culinary, about the food and beverage. So while I would say that the Lucknow, Varanasi, and these regions are really blessed with the cuisines which are rich in itself. So we have the challenge to in luxury hotels to experiment with cuisines and showcase different experiences for the guests in terms of creating culinary experiences. So that's where we also, in a way, not just bring out the menus, but do more of a storytelling. And from time to time, we have to relate with experiences which are more closer to home. So, example in this case, I would like to give is Uttarakhand Food Festival that Novotel Lucknow is hosting. So many of our team members, they are from Uttarakhand. As you know, the hospitality, the culinary excellence has been brought by many of the people from Uttarakhand. So we this time, first time, we have done the Uttarakhand Food Festival, and we got very good reviews. Talking, sourcing the ingredients from Uttarakhand and bringing those recipes. So some of these aspects are very important, to engage and to take these challenges and convert them into opportunities.
Thank you so much, Rahul. It's interesting to know. Let me now, something which has been playing on my mind for a while. Yogesh, you're somebody from Uttarakhand who's operating out of UP East, and I want to talk to you about Ayodhya. So let's talk about Ayodhya's cultural renaissance and understand its impact on luxury hospitality. If you can give us some detail of what is happening there, when are we really going to see the first branded luxury hotel coming over there? And you all may want to participate and tell us, because all your brands are doing the initial plantings over there. So let's talk Ayodhya. Begin with Yogesh. Aap batao.
Thank you, Bhuvanesh. We all know that this place is quite buoyant after the announcement of Ram Temple inauguration on 22nd of January. Of lately, what I've seen here, that lot of MNCs are doing a Reiki visit to Ayodhya and nearby places for having a luxury setup, hotels, conventions, large banqueting space, including Hilton Hotel. There's a huge land bank available near and around Ayodhya. So I see these kind of hotel are definitely coming, not too soon, but yes, definitely coming within 3 to 5 years time. Having said this, Lucknow never loses its charm. All of you gentlemen just said about so many things about Lucknow and in and around. So this Lucknow is being a gateway for Ayodhya for time being. So definitely Lucknow will act a very important role. It's just in 1 hour 20 minutes away by road as of now, the connectivity, and going forward this will reduce by having a much better road infra.
But Ayodhya the airport is almost done and about.
Yes, it's almost done, and it's going to be operated very soon with few flights. So having said this, Lucknow will be a gateway for Ayodhya, and in coming time, I see these two cities become a twin city, like Hyderabad and Bangalore and all these things.
No, honestly, if it was to be a twin city, it'll be either Kanpur, right? Or
Yeah.
or something. But Ayodhya, at being an hour and a half away, is a little further. But yes, I'll buy that.
Yeah. So because of the modern rail connectivity is also very important, which is
When
growing
are we
at
going to
very
see
fast.
the first modern luxury hotel come up there?
So it will take definitely 2 to 3 years time, because few of the MNCs work has started there. Definitely it takes 2 to 3 years time. But with having said this, with this, Lucknow is also seeing a surge in good accommodation facilities. Good star category hotels are coming up. Like Hilton also is coming up with one more, the wings of the hotel with the Hilton Garden Inn, where I am currently. So which will add about 150 rooms plus a large banqueting space that will cater to ultra modern luxury segment of the clientele. Being in Lucknow and Ayodhya with the Ram Temple inauguration, that will bring loads of cultural, spiritual tourism in the city and in and around. I also see a wedding segment growing at very faster pace in and around of Ayodhya and Lucknow, because like it is there in right now in Jaipur, Udaipur, or Agra. I see Ayodhya is developing of that kind of destination in the coming time. So I see overall the entire this region, East UP, growing at a very faster pace with regards to luxury segment.
Thank you so much. Interesting to know, but I would have expected to hear a little bit more about Ayodhya. But let me Does anybody want to speak a bit on Ayodhya and what's happening? When are your brands coming? Vinod, Vishal, anybody wants to take that?
So, Bhuvanesh, hi. So this is, Ayodhya, of course, I've been a couple of times, and every time visiting there, I'm seeing that is complete overall. So it's absolutely on a very fast pace. I think the airport will be commissioning very soon, perhaps maybe within a month. We all know the announced date of 22nd January, so that's not too far. Of course, right now there's a scarcity of the hotel rooms. And I'm sure that all the brands are approaching and trying to get in there at the fastest, because it has a future. It's for the UP. It's not only for the UP but for the India. It's going to be a big game changer. And with the airport coming in there, I'm sure most of the hotel brands will try to establish. Maybe some with the multiple brands also. Because the footfall which is expected there is huge.
It's huge.
Lucknow gives a great connectivity. 3 hours you're in.
Yeah.
Airport coming there will also get the requirement for. So I think the government of UP also is doing the allocation of the land for the hotels.
Already done. A lot of signings have happened. Whole lot of brands have signed, and projects are being kicked in. Thank you so much, Vinod. Mukund, if I was to come to you, I want to pick your mind on MICE and the opportunities, and if you can evaluate MICE in these cities.
Hi, Bhuvanesh has, I think most of the things are covered and it has been told. So MICE, I like to mention, there's 3 things like, Varanasi, Ayodhya, Lucknow is a new itinerary on our Indian tourism list. New itinerary has come. And Lucknow as a capital city of India, largest state, Uttar Pradesh. If you see, we have been enjoying the volume. We always enjoy the volume of the place. The largest city between Kolkata and Delhi also. This is the largest city in Kolkata and Delhi, if you see. So it caters a lot of areas, and we have been most preferred for this part of the India. So when it comes to it caters Uttarakhand, it caters Jharkhand, Bihar, and we have been emerged. The Lucknow city has emerged as a business hub. Uttar Pradesh, a neighboring state, as well as something we cater Nepal also. For meeting, incentive, conferences, and exhibition in Lucknow, we have witnessed demand throughout the year. Not only throughout the year, we have been seeing this growing number of conferences, annual meetings, and all going on. And so on the branded hotels and coming up, and also meeting spaces coming up, superb connectivity from all around the country, existing heritage sites, proximity to the monuments, temples, and the Nawabi food and the culture experience you can actually experience when you are here in Lucknow. Needless to mention the temple, as everybody is speaking, you also mentioned, the temple is going to change the entire dynamics of hospitality as well as the transport.
Let's stay with MICE. Yeah.
Okay, so as you say, besides the government large convention center here, like Indira Gandhi Pratishthan, Atal Bihari Vajpayee Scientific Convention Center, we as Ramada have the largest convention center in the city. Many new hotels are coming up, conventions are coming up in this region, and most of the branded hotel also planned their multiple presence in this segment, basically, to build up more hotels. Luxury room inventory will double up beside the huge budget and upscale inventory in all 3 cities. I'm saying in Varanasi as well as Lucknow. Also, Ayodhya have this similar budget segment set up already there.
Wyndham, UP East is the headquarters, not just for the government, for a lot of businesses which operate within UP. So there's a lot of opportunity for MICE, from pharma, from automobiles. You also have HAL, you have the seat of education, you have so much happening there, not just tourism. Oh, yeah.
Even Kanpur gives a lot to us. Kanpur basically gives a lot to us.
Thank you so much, Mukund. We're now really centered to the middle of the show. I'll take a short 15 to 20-second commercial break and I'll come back to you, Vinodji. Thank you, Diversey. Vinodji, if I can come in with the second question for you. I want to talk about community engagement. There is hospitality with the assets that you have located where they are. Can you examine the role of luxury hotels in community engagement and social responsibility?
Thank you. Thank you for this question, Bhuvanesh. I think it's a journey. It's an ongoing journey. When we say it's like a road is mapped, it's traveled, some distance covered, some distance still to be covered. When it is a community and engagement and what we as a luxury hotel contributes to it. So we as an organization, as ISL, we actually have the 6 pillars. And the 6 pillars is basically a pillar of Pathya. Pathya is the Sanskrit word, which is derived from a Sanskrit word called Path. That's inferring path. It's a path which encapsulates our initiative to lead positive change with ISL. While we are driving the core values of ISL is trust, awareness, and joy. Trust for all the stakeholders, awareness around the needs of our ecosystem, and joy at heart. Taking ahead, we've got this pillars, which is progress, which is the pillar of sustainable growth. We have prudence, that's corporate governance, to be fair, candid, and transparent. Promise is the pillar, which is towards the social responsibility. With our community at heart, we remain steadfast in our efforts towards public welfare, social responsibility, and supporting livelihoods. So this is across the organization, not one hotel in particular. Led by our values, our focus is on encouraging our workforce to devote a part of their work hours towards the greater good by volunteering active participation. So a lot of it is done. I will talk more about this. And the 4th pillar is to promote that environmental stewardship. That's clean energy, working towards conserving water, managing waste management, avoiding single-use plastic. And this is something on a very aggressive approach. We are already working towards it. Many of the things are already done at the hotels. A lot of things still yet to be done. And we have all, target which we are trying to accomplish, and our endeavors is towards that. 6th pillar is the partner, is transformation, that's working towards the sustainable supply chain. When I'm talking about the community, the responsibility of community engagement and the role of the hotel, it is taking ISL over a century-old legacy. Pathya forges a journey focused on environmental leadership, stewardship, social responsibility, excellence in governance, preserving heritage, value chain transformation, and sustainable growth. Under the promise, this pillar is actually allows us. It's kind of it allows us to work towards giving the livelihood. And when we talk about the livelihood, we are also talking about engaging with the PWDs. It's a big time, and across the hotels. So it's a driving our gender diversity. We have Ahvan 2025. That's something what we aspire to achieve by the year 2025. And in that, the gender diversity is 25 by 25. So all hotels are working towards increasing the gender diversity to 25% by 2025. talking about the PWD, we all engage with them. And my hotel in particular, I've got the three young PWDs, a lady and the two gentlemen, very young. The one is working in the front office. She's fabulous in receiving our guests, welcoming them, and she acts like a guest relations. And I've got the two stewards who are working in all-day dining and also the specialty outlets. And it is so much of learning from them. Our guests, they get overwhelmed. They just love to be served by them, engaging with them. And at the same time, all the PWs are very happy, delighted. And of course, their families are very thankful for kind of exposure they're getting. We are learning from them because they have special abilities and we learn how to talk with them with the sign languages. So it's fun, great learning. At the same time, it is good to see them, kind of learning and earning both together. So that's one. The second is diversity and inclusion. I have talked about 25 by 25. Every hotel is working towards that. How do we achieve that? Saying is one part. Achieving is, you have to do toil. You have to work really hard and think some very innovative ideas. So we also have a program which is called Diva, and we call these Divas as a DIWA, and Divas are basically dynamic individual women in action. These are young ladies. We take it just after the college with some kind of diploma or craft course, so that they come from a society where they are not able to sustain their income, and we bring them at a very young age to train them with us. And with a period of a year and a half, we train them to become the front office assistant associates at the F&B service. And very happy to say that, on an average, the hotel at Taj Mahal, Lucknow, we engage with 6 to 8 divas getting trained here. We have also partnered with, in Lucknow, we have partnered with VFS Global, Tata Trust, and the Taj Hotel. VFS Global has come up with the Visa Centro, which started early this year, and we've got the academy there. That's VS Global Academy, where we are partner to train, coach, and do a crash course, preparing the associates to join either the booking center as VFS Global or to come to the hospitality. And that's all free of cost. So they don't have to pay anything. It's a crash course, 1 month, 2 months, and then you're ready to take the first job. I'm very happy to say that our first batch has just passed out last month. Besides that, we also have a mandate, and that mandate is to look at the society in large, engage with different communities. And happy to say that we also look at that what we can do in our own capacity in our own cities. So, for instance, next to the Taj Mahal Lucknow, we have got a restaurant called the Shiros. And Shiros derives from the word sea heroes. And these are the asset survivor ladies. They run that restaurant, absolutely stunning. They are the servers, they are the cooks, and we engage with them. So we bring them to the hotel, we teach them the service skills, we teach them how to cook the food. So there's a lot of participation month on month with our team, our chefs, and F&B. And it's such a delight to see them, coming, cooking with us and serving on the table and learning that, going back to the restaurant and perfecting the, job of a steward or stewardess. Besides that, of course, we also have some old age home where we participate, engage with them with a different time of the year. We also have a tie-up with to go as a team and spend time with the disabled kids at the underprivileged kids in their schools. To be it a clothes distribution, books distribution, all of that comes under their umbrella of promise, which is the social responsibility toward the livelihood. And that's one of the strongest pillar. The second pillar under the pathway I would like to talk about promote. That's the pillar of environmental leadership stewardship. In this, we have got each hotel is mandated, working really very hard. So for me, if I talk about Lucknow, we have got all our vehicles in the fleet is EV vehicles. So we have got away with all the fuel vehicles. Now we have got the EV vehicles and of course the Tata vehicles. So that's one Tata and very, very happy with that. It's a good performance. For the clean energy, we have got open access. So we have got almost 25% saving on electricity cost and we get it through the windmill. we are already initiated the bottling plant for the hotel, and I think by 1st of December we'll be inaugurating the bottling plant. That will be a big step to take the plastic bottles out. We migrated to single-use plastic in the guest room under Pathya, most of the hotels. And there, what we have done is that we have got away with all the plastic toothbrushes.
The 1st of December has already happened.
So we started. So it's like kind of, our civil work has started, but it takes 3 weeks by the time we will get the machining planted here.
All right, excellent.
So,
Vinod, that's a very detailed response. Thank you so much. We carry the responsibility on our shoulders of giving back to our society. And I see IHCL Taj really, really up to the mark on that score. And in a very focused and pointed manner. So good to hear about that. Thank you so much, Vinod. Let me now move to Vishal. Vishal, I want to pick on something which has been on my mind. We are all there. We want to bring in good revenue. We want to bring in responsible revenue. If you can talk to me about revenue strategies employed by luxury hotels in Lucknow, Varanasi, and Ayodhya, and how do you beat about it and deliver good volumes, but not riding roughshod?
Thank you, Bhuvanesh. I think it's a very, very, I think East UP is sitting at a very, on a very, how would I say, is a very great touch point, if I can put it across. The demand is going to be there. The government has done a lot of things, the infrastructure-wise, roads, security-wise. Law and order has gone up. UP is no more considered as, Texas. That image is dropped off. It is now considered more of, governance is there. The roads are great. The coming in of the ring roads in various sections is there. Coming off the airport, international airport in Greater Noida is going to be great. The industrial focus, which has been put in different areas, is going to start, resulting in a lot of corporate movement, which is going to happen. The pharma coming in, and not only that, the MSMEC which are coming in, which is going to be a great thing. Okay, because UP is spread out a lot, so there is a lot of MSMEs which are going to be there, and there is going to be the fact that the government of India has put in things for Walmarts and IKEA, that their production has to be 40% has to be coming in from locally produced. There is a huge amount of scope, and with the kind of GI tagging which UP has done for their products, it is going to open. Corporate movement is going to be huge. Okay, and that is really going to help us. And in fact, I think the 3 cities are poised for a phenomenal growth. Okay, as far as revenue is going to be there. Let's say Varanasi. Varanasi already has international airport. The second phase is going to start with the expansion. Okay, once the expansion happens, we're going to have the wide-bodied aircraft which are going to come. We already have the blueprints have already been drawn up. We are seeing semblance of the Buddhist circuit, which is already happening. And we all know for a fact that Southeast Asia, Buddhist faith they travel a lot, especially on the faith. So that is going to be upcoming. And, we have a international cricket stadium, which is going to be up and running in 2025. That is going to give us a huge impetus because, Varanasi now as a city would move away only from a pure spiritual tourist, which is going to be there. Now, if Varanasi, for example, is going to clock in only, our stay is only 1.8 days to 1.7 days. If it is going to get pushed to 2.2, it is going to be a welcome story for all the stakeholders across. And I think Varanasi, with the convention centers coming up and with some of the newer hotels coming up, it is going to be a big win-win for Varanasi. As far as Lucknow goes, I think Lucknow, with the connectivity of Ayodhya, by the time the airport is going to get established, by the time the new inventory in Ayodhya is going to come, it's not going to come before 25, 26. 25, we are lucky some will come in. 26, 27. 27 is when we can expect a lot of inventory to come in. Okay, till that time, I think Lucknow is going to have a great opportunity playing the gateway. So they will, apart from having only purely, corporate business and my segment and government business, there is going to be another little, segment which is going to be there, and how it is going to be played, what value propositions the hotels will be able to put it. I think that is going to be another game changer for us for 2 years. Okay. And I think then it will be staying there. And I think that will be a great opportunity for Lucknow to capitalize on, because I think that culturally Lucknow has not been exploited as of now. We rarely hear about Imambara has been talked about. We hear about the food, we hear about these other things, we hear about MySkill here. So these are the levers, I think, which we can be utilized. And I think as far as if these are all going to come all across, I think we will have a winner happening for East UP completely, as far as new businesses are going to happen. And I think that is going to be a big play for us. The spiritual tourism mixed with the, what we've been cutting as leisure, which will also start happening. And I think that is going to be important. As far as revenue tools, we have already seen, we already deploy, I think all the hotels deploy a lot of revenue tools, which they already use, whether it is segmentation. I think the purely thing would be is for 5-star hotels, especially in the luxury segment, is now that the number of channels are going to increase. How we will leverage that, how we leverage, whether we like it or not, like a OTA, and how we leverage their marketing spend for our benefit, and how we move the business into our website so that we have profitable revenues, and not just the top lines. I think
and
that is
also,
good.
And also, what draws people to Varanasi, apart from other opportunities, is the fabled Banarsi sari, the local cottage industry, which was dying, but it has been GI tagged, and yeah.
Exactly. So what happens is, now see, Varanasi, if I come back to Varanasi has the saris, they have the carpets. I mean, the very fact that
Bhadoi is next door.
And Bhadoi made the carpet for the new parliament, and Bhadoi only exports majorly carpet. The whole domestic market is still to be open for them.
And they're all hand knotted.
Absolutely hand knotted, handmade, and people are willing to pay a premium. In fact, what I have been seeing here is a great interest from people coming in from Walmart, IKEA, looking for these things, including the toys and the Meenakari.
There you are. So, all in all, it augurs well for the hospitality industry. My worry is the revenue will happen. My worry is, where are the hotels? If the hotels are there, I just hope we are not underpitched with development.
I think we have woken up. We have seen, Bhuvanesh, a lot of business development teams coming in who earlier, I don't think so we would have seen. I'm talking now specifically about Varanasi. I've seen the Marriotts come in, I've seen the Leelas come in, I've seen Oberoi's in. So everybody is looking at it, and I think everybody wants the piece of business now.
So and that is when the action will, when the guest is spoiled for choice, the action will happen, which I'm sure all the others will agree. Vinodji, Yogesh, Rahul, and Mukund. Thank you so much, Vishal. Let me push in with you, Yogesh. Rahul, let me come to you first. You're sitting in Lucknow. You're somebody who spent years outside. Vinodji is also from this part of UP. He's from UP East. In fact, he's from Gorakhpur, from where the chief minister comes. And let me tell you, with this chief minister come in, the law and order situation has had a great impact. The word of mouth is out that, look, UP is good to go to, UP is safe to travel. If you can tell me in bullet points, what is the positive impact of improved law and order in the region's attractiveness for tourists and especially for investors? भाई जो होटल बनाएगा वो भी इन्वेस्टर है ना, जो मंदिर आएगा वो भी पैसा लगा के ही आएगा. So what is the positive impact, Rahul?
Yeah, I think it's a very important question that you have asked, very relevant. for Uttar Pradesh, because in the past we all know, what was the reputation many years ago, and it was not hospitable for like industries to grow, for the businesses to grow. But now the perception has entirely changed. The perception of safety and security for any individual and business is the first major point for the businesses and individuals to flourish in a region. So today the scenario has come because it has been the first focus area of this government, I would say. And you all know, and it's something popular that the chief minister is called as Bulldozer Baba, and it's not just for anything, because but then it's not just like he's called like that, but it means that it's for peace and development. What it signifies basically for his approach is the peace and development, because both the
The
things,
rule of law, essentially.
yeah, rule of law is very, very important for governance. And when and not just this, but in numbers, if you see, recently I was reading an article about NCRB data on law and order in Uttar Pradesh. So it is much lower than the national averages. In fact, as compared to many of the northern states, the NCRB data says that the law and order situation in terms of how they judge individual crimes and all is much lower than the national average. And we see also on the ground that a lot of investment has been done by this government on the modernization of police and investing on safety and security recently. So this will definitely have ripple effect, because if we see the improvement, in the businesses and the occupancies of the hotels, we see a lot of development of new hotels. uh, we There is the a big increase in the number of flights operating to Lucknow, to Varanasi, with the international airports, like how the esteemed general managers have shared, is coming up, extension of the terminals. The number of tourists coming to the state has been also all-time high. And if it is reflecting on the travelers, it will essentially mean that more money is coming in. And to top this all, the government is I've been seen in front of myself from last 1.5 years, the way the government has also driven the opportunities for more investment in the state. Like how in February the global investor meet was organized at a global level, first time after a long time, at a very large scale. And the G20 meet, where a lot of MOUs were signed in record numbers. The investment scenario cannot just improve with the perception, but the ground reality is how the organizations are perceiving, individuals are perceiving, countries are perceiving. That's how the improvements are taking place, because there is a drastic improvement in law and order, and overall in every area, including infrastructure, that we can see. Again, one other.
I also think, Rahul, that you see, while the chief minister and the government have brought about a lot of focus and attention, uh, they're reviewing things and they're not taking anything on face value. They're actually getting into the finer details. I think we as people also owe them a lot, and that'll happen through awareness and education. As the people keep developing, I think we will cross a lot of hurdles.
Yes, absolutely. I think when the people are coming back, like me, I have come back from working globally. It's really important that people come back, with their experience, come back to your home state, and bring in those ideas, bring in the positive mindset. with essentially very important for the people also to play that role in contributing to the government efforts. So, as I said, it's not just an investment, but so many events are happening. Like the IPL happened here the first time in Lucknow.
Thanks, Rahul. For want of time, I'll now skip over, with all respect to you, to Yogesh. Yogesh, I want you to give me a very focused response on technology integration. Technology is as central to the hospitality industry as hospitality is central to the technology industry, right? So they're both interweave. But tell me, how has technology been a role, an impact player for the hospitality industry as far as guest experiences and operational efficiency is concerned?
So, Mr. Bhuvanesh, this is technology integration in the hospitality industry. Definitely, it is a strategic leap towards the elevating the guest experience and streamlining the operational efficiencies in this regard. And lot of credit goes to pandemic COVID-19 that had enforced the technology integration at the larger scale. If I talk, today in the hospitality, all the Gen Z are working, millennials are working. They are quite tech savvy. They are quite well aware about the technology being used in and around all the industries. But I feel that in hospitality, the technology integration has been a little slower than the any other industry. But now, as I said, the pandemic has helped us to know that this is also very important things to do. So having said this, what I know that what as a Hilton, what we are doing, and what all the upcoming new projects of the Hilton hotels in India and the South Asia will have all these technology integrated into hotels, which are like mobile check-in, check-out, keyless entry to the rooms without having the key card. It's just via app. uh, in that artificial intelligence works at the greater scale in today's, which is very very helpful for all these all of you steam general manager and stalwart has just said the revenue part of it. So AI is doing a great job for Hilton to maximize its revenue, getting an analysis, doing a great analysis of data, reaching out to the right type of clientele in that aspect. So this is just one part of it. Like there are various aspects of the technology integration. Now the most of our systems are based on cloud. When I say this, it means that we don't need a physical software or data storage center in the hotels. It's on the cloud, which means that it's a very cost effective, no MC required, no maintenance required. So that brings lots of cost down in the technology, plus very efficient, like on the way, on the go, one can check in and do check out. Paperless billing can be done. Now in the Hilton, in the India wide, pan India wide, we are incorporating the technology called YQ, which enables the ordering through an app from a mobile. So you don't need to actually, you just have a QR code, you scan it, you order it, you pay there, and don't need to present any kind of check to the client. Similarly with the check-ins and check-outs. The one more important aspect comes to technology integration into a security of the hotel. The all biometric systems. This has been in the place for the hospitality and all the hotels where I've worked and heard about. But this is going to be a very very strong feature in all the Hilton hotels, because we've understood from the past that security is a very very important for the hospitality. We've learned from the Taj incident in the past. So apart from that, what Hilton is doing very importantly is called a chatbot system, which is called a Kipsu, which is like as soon as the guest checks in the hotel, they are the hotel team via Kipsu or the duty manager or front office manager are available 24/7, so they can directly chat via WhatsApp, and place any request, and it's very efficient. So with all the integration of technology, the one main important thing is that it leaves lots of time in hand of the associate and the hotel employee to talk to the guest, to understand and leave that personalized impact, which will drive excellent guest feedback. So this is all coming from the technology. This is what we are doing in the Hilton hotels, and I'm sure that many of the other hotel companies are doing so.
Thank you, Yogesh. Thank you so much. Uh, Technology is really at the heart and center of all hospitality operations, from the moment the guest checks in, to the way you serve him, to the way he checks out. They will come back or they will go away from you. Technology is also about social media. So we're surrounded by technology across. Vinodji, we are coming to the last question of the show. And why don't you sum up a future vision for UP East? Just delve on the collective vision for future of the luxury hospitality in UP East and the crucial role general managers play in shaping this vision.
Thank you. Very relevant question, Bhuvanesh. Actually, you see the UP East and you realize, and you go back to in the past, and I'll keep it very quick. Then you see that luxury hospitality has not grown the way it has grown in the central part of Delhi, central India and southern part of India. UP remained with Agra, Varanasi, and also the Lucknow. And over the period of time, not too many good hotels have come, which has only started mushrooming up in 2016 and 17, when we had so many brands of luxury hotels started coming to UP. I think they looked at the vision, but I look at the UP East for the future vision in a way that it is not only the East, it starts from West. We're very happy to be part of inauguration last year when I noticed that the longest expressway of UP is coming as a Ganga Expressway, which is 594 kilometers, starting from Meerut, which is the western part of the UP, going through all the way to Balia, and it will be cutting through with Raebareli, Unnao. These are the stations of smaller cities which are still not very popular with the hotel, but I see the potential, and crossing through eastern central part of UP, going to the eastern part of UP. So I see the potential still at the Prayagraj, the erstwhile Allahabad. You do not have too many good hotels there as well, at least the branded one. And with the particular highway coming, expressway coming, with this is going to be the longest expressway, I'm sure it's going to boost the economy and many more luxury hotels to come in cities. Eastern UP also is Gorakhpur. So for example, Gorakhpur today has got only the Radisson Hotel. To my knowledge, Courtyard by Marriott is coming, but a huge potential of MICE in Gorakhpur as well, because it's connecting to Nepal and Bihar. Bihar is again very close proximity to Eastern UP. So the entire belt will still need to be developed. And I think if I actually kind of link it back with Ayodhya coming up and the hospitality progressing in Ayodhya, Eastern UP will gain out of it. As a general manager's role, we need to be agile. We need to be also looking at where the opportunity exists. Like Vishal has said, the Taj Ganges is actually booming with the 100% occupancy for such a long time. That hotel is thought of adding 100 more rooms. So, the demand and supply. So that's something which is a key role we can play at our, positions at a different city we are allocated to.
Exactly my point. I think the biggest challenge for the industry is development. We need more hotels. We need more visibility. Every time ADR goes up, it means there is such a lot of demand that we are not able to meet.
Absolutely.
Right. So the country heads, the brands, the operators, they all have a challenge. of building more hotels and building them fast. So thank you so much, Vinodji, for summing this up. Gentlemen, it's been a wonderful show. Permit me to thank you all. But before I go away, let me just sum up the show today. As we conclude this insightful journey through the realms of luxury hospitality in Lucknow, Varanasi, and Ayodhya, it's evident that these cities are not just mere destinations. They are epicentrals of cultural richness, one, and contemporary luxury, two. The challenges and triumphs faced by general managers echo the intricate dance between tradition and innovation. Their role extends beyond operational excellence, encompassing visionary leadership, strategic collaborations, and a commitment to enriching local community. My apologies. The journey continues, promising new horizons and exciting possibilities for luxury hospitality in UP East. I've really enjoyed my show with you all. You've all put forth a great case for your brand, for yourself, the teams that you lead, and more so for the hotels that you head. UP East truly is at the cusp of a lot of glory, much needed glory. Glory has always been there for UP East, but we missed the bus for a few years. Good that we are jumping back to it. Before I go away, I want to play this Diversey video. To also permit me to thank Team BW. They work around the clock to bring you these shows. Week after week, every Thursday, every Friday from 4 to 5 p.m. We'll also be back now on Thursday, the 21st of December, with another wonderful show, followed by another one on Friday. Let me thank my stars on the show today. Let me begin by thanking you, Vinodji. Vinodji, you've been a wonderful ambassador for brand Taj.
Thank you.
For those, I repeat this again, for those who have not seen the Taj in Lucknow, you've missed a lot. Look at that image. It's a fantastic property. And I hear very good things about the way you're leading the property, Vinodji.
Thank you very much. Indeed, it was a pleasure and look forward to welcome everyone.
Yeah. Vishal, Taj Ganges in Varanasi hardly needs any introduction. You've been a great ambassador for your hotel and brand. I think it's a must do, like I did say in the beginning of the show. Thank you for being there, Vishal.
Thank you.
Yeah. Rahul, back to Lucknow, back to where your family is. It was great homecoming, but you've given a good case for your brand and hotel and for yourself. And of course, your city. I can very safely say that.
Thank you so much, Bhuvanesh. Thank you so much to the BW Hotelier team.
Yogesh, you lead a damn good hotel. Thank you for being on the show and presenting a good case for yourself.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Bhuvanesh and BW Hotelier team, Diversey, and all the support at the back. Thank you so much for giving this platform to all of us.
Thank you, Mukunda Chowdhury. Thank you for being on the show.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for giving the opportunity to be in this panelist list. And thank BW Hotelier. Thank you.
Pleasure, pleasure. With this, I shall close the show, this session. Thank you all. Vinodji, Vishal, Rahul, Yogesh, and Mukund. Greatly appreciate your being here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.